Primarily, validation happens by two ways: customer interview sessions and user research. Customer interview sessions, also called as customer advisory sessions, where either the product manager or the product manager together with the user researcher go about doing contextual inquiry about the identified problems, so as to confirm that these are the problems that most customers do face with respect to the discussed context. Apart from just validation, these sessions also open up further discussions around the identified problems, their possible solutions, and how these can make a difference to different customer groups. Due to this reason, sometimes these sessions are also called as collaborative problem solving sessions. These sessions give a lot of insights to the product manager on the problem and their very reasons, which helps them to design better solutions. User research, on the other hand, is done for the problems that are very broad and has wide impact on customers. Basically, in the case of new product development or complete architectural redesign or any other large-scale product redesign exercises. User research is very extensive and very costly as well. In the case of user research, the identified problems are further framed to form hypotheses, and then the researchers take this hypothesis and do research interventions like one-to-one user interviews, focus group discussions, ethnographic research, contextual interviews, online surveys, card sorting exercises. With the help of each of these interventions, they gather information, and then researchers spend substantial amount of time with this data to synthesize and draw inferences out of it. The output of user research and customer advisory sessions go on to form the problem statement, which clearly defines what needs to be solved for the customer. In our role play, we will skip problem validation as we have no customer to go to and our feature is not big enough to worth investing time and money on the user research. So we will move further to analyze the root cause and defining the solution. For this, we will use two frameworks, 5 whys and jobs to be done framework. So let's start with 5 whys. 5 whys is a simple technique to get to the root of the problem. One starts with the stated problem and then tries to answer why 5 times so as to reach the root cause. Note that the 5 times is just a suggested number and prescriptive to use such that you get to the root cause. However, it may need more or less whys depending upon the problem on which you are analyzing. The rationale is do not stop asking why till you reach to the root of the problem. In our case, we have listed down the same set of problems that Joshua was facing and tried to ask the question why as many times as possible to identify root causes of the problem. So the first problem is difficulty in tracking so many tasks across so many boards, projects and teams. So why typically Joshua is having this problem? Because he is member of different tasks scattered across various boards. Why is he member of different tasks scattered across various boards? Is because he is member of different teams and has responsibilities of some tasks and accountability for some tasks. And this is because given that he's a sales specialist, he has to be involved in different phases of customer life cycle to ensure that the leads are converted into customers and then they are successfully onboarded and monetized, right? Now coming on to the second problem, not able to track updates and conversations across different boards and projects and respond to them when required. And why this happens is because conversations happen for tasks across various boards and these can happen only as comments at task card levels. And why it can happen only at task card level? Because there is no other way in Trello today to facilitate conversations, discussions and collaboration between task members. And this is because there is no such feature available where the conversations can be aggregated around different tasks and projects to show in a unified view, right? So this is the root of the second problem. Now the second problem is also because he receives so many updates and notifications from various boards which is difficult to keep track of, and then there is no option to respond to these updates with a comment or to start conversation around it. And this is also because there is no such feature available in Trello to reply to a notification and start a discussion around it. Now the third problem says misses key information shared in comments or discussions. Why typically Joshua misses key information shared in different comments or discussions is because it is difficult to track comments and discussions around the tasks. And this is because conversations happen for tasks across various boards and then because it happens at the task card level and it ultimately goes to the same route that there is no such feature available in Trello to aggregate the conversations around different tasks and projects and show it in a unified view. Now coming on to the fourth problem, he fails to respond on time to some key discussions, right? So why does he fail to respond on time to some key discussion? It's because he misses key information shared in comments or discussions. We've already analyzed this. Now the other reason is he's not able to keep track of his action items identified in some discussions or comments. So why does this happen? It's because it is not possible to remember the action items for several comments that happen across different cards, across different boards. So there is no way that he can remember all the action items that happens across all the cards in different comments and all, right? And there is no provision to aggregate the actionable comments together, and given that he is a human being, his cognitive abilities are limited. Now coming on to this, why there is no provision to aggregate the actionable comments together is because there is no such feature available in Trello that can aggregate the actionable comments together around different tasks and projects. Similarly, the last problem is Joshua finds it difficult to stay organized and stay on top of what's happening in each project or each task that he is part of. And why is this happening is because of the other reasons, like he is not able to keep track of his action items, or he is not able to track updates and conversations across different boards and projects, and he is not able to respond to them when required, and also because of the reason that he is finding it difficult to track so many tasks across different boards, projects and teams. So ultimately, with this analysis, what we arrive at is there are three root causes of the entire set of problems that he's facing. That there is no such feature in Trello today to aggregate the conversations across different cards and boards. There is no way that he can segregate the actionable comments or action items from the conversations. And there is no way that he can reply to a notification and convert it to a conversation.